Brian Natta with you on a Big Ten race Friday card. Of course, it's the penultimate day before Pegasus World Cup Day here at Gulfstream Park. We've got a 10-pack for you. The big news, Rainbow Six, race number 5, $500,000. Pete Aiello is upstairs with your course and weather conditions.
The weather is beautiful, cloudy skies, but we are in good racing condition today. The main track labeled good. We're off the turf. It's a chilly afternoon, 54 degrees. The Tapeta track is always fast. In race 1, a field of 11, there are no changes. Racing at Gulfstream. From the inside, Savvy Sunset gets the first call and looks for the early advantage. Trumpetta has speed in between horses, and La Tremenda joins the top flight. Very wide around the first turn is Sublime Mission out in about the 6 or 7 lane. Gray Lark, meanwhile, finds a seam between horses and moves all the way up into second while tugging on Irad Ortiz Jr. Down at the inside is Splash Drive to race about 4 lengths behind. On her back is Maxine Magic. Saving ground along the rail is Palmo, the 2 at the back, Diamonds and Thrills, and not one less. Farther back, the trailer, Dixie Escape. It's a stacking, packing field. They're separated by 7 lengths in the run past the 3/8. Up front, Savvy Sunset a half a length. La Tremenda is there second from a patient Gray Lark who's in between horses. Out in the middle is Sublime Mission. She's racing in a joint third now. A length and a half in front of Maxine Magic. Moving out the rail, that's Splash Dive. Getting started on the outside, not one less. Just ahead of her, Trumpetta. At the rail goes Palmo, then Diamonds and Thrills, and Dixie Escape is last. They round the far turn, and up front, it's still Dylan Davis and Savvy Sunset. In a bid to make all, Gray Lark tries to secure a running lane between horses and has done so. La Tremenda 3 wide. Maxine Magic running home from the back and running on well on the far outside. That's Dixie Escape. Not one less is stuck in traffic. They're on their way home. It's Gray Lark who comes away with the lead with a wall of pursuers. Off the turn and the stretch drive, Gray Lark leads by a length and a half. Diamonds and Thrills charging up, and on the far outside, it's Dixie Escape from last. Dixie Escape is rolling with Diamonds and Thrills. Diamonds and Thrills and Dixie Escape. Dixie Escape has gained the upper hand. Last to first, Dixie Escape springs the upset. Diamonds and Thrills was second. Not one less ran third. Maxine Magic is fourth. And 142 and 4. They're off and running. Good start for the Chaplain with Talbingo from down toward the inside. These two race on. They've gone 2.5 lengths better than Billy the Greek, who's now third. Blue Slide Park, he's up the inside, racing into fourth. Breakouts on his outside. Then Italian Symphony, the early trailer is Be There. And they run around the first turn. It's Talbingo taking some pace pressure from Chaplain on the outside. These two have worked 5 ahead of Billy the Greek, who settles down in third. His barn buddy Breakout is on the outside in fourth. At the rail, Blue Slide Park is an on-hold fifth, 2 better than Italian Symphony, and Be There is last. They complete the opening quarter in 23 and 3, and no breather for Talbingo as Chaplain keeps the heat on. Here comes the Safi duo, Billy the Greek and Breakout. They're moving together, and they're both making mid-race moves. The rail is open for Billy the Greek. Meanwhile, Breakout is up and around horses, and Talbingo has had no peace. Back to fourth now is Chaplain, 2.5 better than Blue Slide Park. He's biding his time in front of Be There and Italian Symphony. They went to half in 48 and 4. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Talbingo, he has the lead. Breakout is second. Billy the Greek third. Chaplain is fourth. Blue Slide Park, Alvarado's been biding his time, and he has him in the white cap getting ready to launch to the clear. 2.5 back to Italian Symphony with Be There as they race for home. Talbingo's taking pressure every yard of the way, but he's still in front, and he looks like he has something in reserve here. Off the turn and the stretch drive, Talbingo, 1/8 of a mile out, 2 on top. Breakout is second. Billy the Greek is third. This field has done everything they could to get to Talbingo, but Talbingo had other ideas. Talbingo in front. Breakout second, Billy the Greek third, Blue Slide Park fourth, then Chaplin, 142 and 3.
Jackie's Warrior quickly in front here by 2 lengths. Here comes Jackie's Warrior up the inside to take over the lead from Life is Good. And Jackie's Warrior remains undefeated here at Saratoga, and he wins an unprecedented Grade 1 stakes at the Spa for the 3rd straight season.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
And they're off. NVIDIA was away well with Game Energy. The first 2 out were the outside 2, with Senorita No Mas who go away in 3rd. Maca Barrio splits horses. Wink of an Eye is in the red colors 3rd last. 2nd last, JJ's Honor. The early trailer is Shibuji. They race down the backstretch. It's a tightly knit field, moving between horses. NVIDIA for a head in front. Game Energy is 2nd, ducking over to the inside. Maca Barrio races from 3rd. Wink of an Eye guided off the inside by Panici. She's in between horses now. Out the rail, Senorita No Mas. Out 3 wide, JJ's Honor. And Shibuji's the one well at the back. The opening quarter was ordinary, just 23 and 3. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Game Energy 3 wide. NVIDIA between horses. Maca Barrio along the rail. In between horses is the race favorite Wink of an Eye. She strides into 4th. JJ's Honor is wide. Senorita No Mas needs rare room to work, and the trailer is Shibuji. And the leader now is Game Energy. They run to the top of the stretch with the class dropping Game Energy. On top by a length and a half, Wink of an Eye. To attack mode 2nd, dropping back a bit is NVIDIA. Angled off the inside, Senorita No Mas. Off the turn and the stretch drive, Game Energy. She has the lead with work to do. Wink of an Eye charging to challenge, and with fresh legs down the center, Senorita No Mas. They come past the 8th pole. Wink of an Eye has gained the upper hand. Senorita No Mas runs at her from the outside. Game Energy fighting hard toward the rail. Wink of an Eye just in front, and Wink of an Eye will win it. Senorita No Mas was 2nd, ahead of Game Energy 3rd. Closer 4th, Shibuji charging at Maca Barrio in 128 flat. And they're off. Quick into stride was Tonight, who heads off for the early lead. Driving through at the inside, Red Candy Apple's on the move. Aiming away in the top flight with My Sergeant just ahead of him. Blue Got In is at the back of the field, passed by Gonna Pick Dominic with Great Hunt along the rail. They have half a mile to go. Red Candy Apple shakes free to lead Tonight by a length and a half. Out 3 wide, that's My Sergeant from 3rd. A great trip for Eamon. He's 4th and ducked over to the inside for a run around the turn. He's 5 ahead of Sweet Lazarus, who's about 8 lengths behind. A length and a half in front of Great Hunt, then Gonna Pick Dominic. At the back of the field is Blue Got In. And up front, it's still Red Candy Apple. To the top of the stretch with Red Candy Apple overhauled by Tonight. My Sergeant is next. Eamon swung to the center for a late opportunity. Off the turn in the stretch drive. On the inside Tonight, fighting hard, but My Sergeant goes by him. Eamon tries to go by both of them. They're 1/8 of a mile out. My Sergeant has a kick for Saez. He's now 4 in front. Eamon has rallied into second, but that's as far as he gets. It's My Sergeant under Luis Saez to win by 3. Eamon second. Tonight ran third. Up fourth, Blue got in 104 flat. And they're off. Level beginning. Boston Rose was away in good shape, but she's beat to the punch by La Scalinetta, who heads off for the early advantage. Moving up on the outside, Tinky Abario is well positioned early, and Cake's Tap Dancer comes away with the advantage. On the far outside, it's Public Defender, who's 5 wide. Rachel's Song just to her inside. In the 2-path is Escape Room. The 2 at the back, Fantasy Performer and Domer Allure. A run around the first turn continues with Cake's Tap Dancer in front by a head. Tinky Abario on the outside is second. On the far outside, Public Defender is now third. Rachel's Song won't settle. She's racing between horses. La Scalinetta is at the rail. Then to the outside, Fantasy Performer together with Escape Room. Boston Rose is fighting the rating to Tori, trying to get her to settle down. Outside and Domer Allure as they make their way to the half-mile grounds. They went 24-4 for the opening quarter. It's a very sedate early pace. The leader is Tinky Abario. For Luis Saez on top a length and a quarter. Public Defender is second. Cake's Tap Dancer is third. Rachel's Song is in between horses. She's headstrong, but she's got no place to go. Outside, it's Fantasy Performer, then a cluster, including Escape Room and La Scalinetta. Out wide on the course, Domer Allure. Boston Rose has been shuffled toward the back of the field. She does have an inside lane, though, and she's trying to improve her spot within 5 lengths of the lead. They reach the top of the stretch after 3 quarters in 1:13-4. Public Defender comes away with the lead. Moving up between horses, that's Boston Rose, who tries to find a way out. Far outside, Escape Room is on a roll with 1/8 of a mile to go. It's Public Defender in front. Escape Room runs at her on the outside toward the inside Boston Rose. Here's Escape Room taking a shot at Public Defender. Public Defender a big price. Public Defender holds on to win it. Public Defender and Dylan Davis spring the upset. They beat Escape Room. Boston Rose had a rough run. She was down inside and might have been third in 1:41-2.
The Fasig-Tipton Kentucky Winter Mixed Sale, the last mixed sale before the start of the breeding season. Featuring racing broodmare prospects, yearlings, and mares in foal to their sport's top sires. Recent grads include multiple Grade 1 winner Adair Manor, graded stakes winners Fastest Flight, First Peace, Leave No Trace, Olivia Darling, and Running Bee. Kentucky Winter Mixed, February 3rd at Fasig-Tipton in Lexington, Kentucky. Where will you be?
And they're off. Not an especially quick beginning for the favorite, some of it. In fact, she was 7th and last to break. From the inside, our Fortune Cookie gets the first call, taken on for the advantage by Field of Blossoms. And these two race on a length and a half better than a third running For the Thrill. A gap of 2 to Holy Kingdom, who's 4th at the inside. Followed 5th by Rocky Seas, then Some of It. And the trailer is Please Stop Talking. In the run to the half-mile point, Our Fortune Cookie with inside position and the lead. She's a length and a half in front of Field of Blossoms in second. For the Thrill is now third, and in amongst rivals goes Rocky Seas into fourth, some of it on the outside. Holy Kingdom has shuffled herself to last, passed by Please Stop Talking with less than half a mile to go. Around the far turn they race, and here's a move. It's made by Field of Blossoms to shove a neck in front. 3 wide. For the Thrill is now second, dropping back Our Fortune Cookie. Patiently handled as Rocky Seas. Rojas threading through traffic there. Some of it is dropping back. Asked to quicken by Bravo and not doing so. Please Stop Talking is next as they reach the top of the stretch. It's Field of Blossoms under confident handling who turns for home on top. 2 attack mode is For the Thrill second. Off cover Rocky Seas is now third, but her bid has stalled some as Field of Blossoms arrives at the 8th pole, 2.5 lengths to the good. For the Thrill is now second. Holy Kingdom at the rail down the center. Please Stop Talking. They come past the 8th pole. It's Field of Blossoms trying to get home. Here's a late run from Rocky Seas. Field of Blossoms driven out. Field of Blossoms and Louisa is a length and a half. Rocky Seas was second. Please Stop Talking third. Then For the Thrill and Holy Kingdom in 127 flat. And they're off. Cognoscente blew the start about 3 lengths slow. In the middle, it's Bourbon 30. Begins well and moves for the early lead. Beach Gold up on the outside, and Tucson, the favorites away in good shape, guarding that inside spot while not intent to go forward. On the far outside goes Chow Chuck, 3 wide Redemption Spite. At the rail, it's Musta Ed. In between horses, Sir Magistrate. Getting started 3 wide is Sardis. After the bad start, second last Cognoscente, and it's a gap of another 4 lengths to the trailer. The trailer is not a dime back. The opening quarter was 23 and 3. They race to the backstretch. On the inside, it's Bourbon 30. To the outside, Beach Gold. Their heads apart. Chow Chuck is a 3 wide third. Tucson, fourth at the inside, a length and a half better than Sardis, who races from fifth. 2.5 to Mustayed, who's at the inside for Gaffleon. In between horses and Redemption Spite, Sir Magistrate's on the outside. Then it's Cognoscente, who's racing about 9 lengths off the speed. Still at the back, not a dime back, as they make their way to the far turn. 46 and 2 for the opening half mile. It's Bourbon 30 is gone quick. 3 wide Chow Chuck, 2 path, Beach Gold, Tucson looking for some place to race. Outside Stardust, it's a gap of 3 more to Mustayed. He's got an inside lane and starts to tack on. On his outside, Cognoscente tries to run home through 3/4. 110 and 1. They're on the turn and they're off the turn now and into the drive. Chow Chuck comes away with the lead, but he's got problems as Tucson is under a full head of steam down the center. 1/8 of a mile to go. It's Tucson shifting in, but shifting to take the lead. Chow Chuck tries to fight back second, well clear of the others. They come past the 16th pole, head to Pima County and visit Tucson. He's in front. Second is Chow Chuck, a gap of 4 to Stardust their third. Beach Gold fourth and Cognoscente. And they're off. In the middle, Kay's Storm Ready gets the first call and goes looking for the lead. Up on the far outside, Breezer is gunned from the high draw, and Breezer's going to cross and clear in the run to the first turn. In the pink, Line Astray situated in second. Saving ground at the rail is Little Steven. He's into the top flight. Up and around horses Charge Off. He's now moved into third. K Storm Ready is next with Orb Alpha. Moving up out of 3 wide side. That's a move from Growth Mindset. Down at the inside goes Blaze of Color. The early trailers are Summer Storm Strick and Cajun's Choice. To the backstretch they go from the 12 post to the rail. It's Breezer in front by a head. On the outside, Charge Off is there second. Working between horses, Little Steven is a headstrong third. Orb Alpha is now fourth from Line Astray, who races from fifth. Then it's a cluster, including Moonrise Drive. Down at the inside, Kay's Storm Ready is right with him. Growth Mindset's on the outside. Saving ground and now angled off the inside is Blaze of Color ahead of Summer Storm Strick, and Cajun's Choice is last. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Up front, Charge Off to have a crack at the leader, and that leader still Breezer. Up to third is Orb Alpha. In the waiting room, fourth is Little Steven. Underway with an inside lane is Blaze of Color, Line Astray just ahead of him. Dropping back now is Growth Mindset as they reach the top of the stretch. They're a quarter of a mile from home, and Charge Off is the target. He turns for home on top by 2. Line Astray to the attack, and on the far outside, here's a late run from Blaze of Color. They come past the 8th pole. Charge Off trying to get an 1/8 of a mile more. Chasing in second is Line Astray. Down the center, Blaze of Color. Final 16th of a mile. It's Charge Off by 3. Line Astray is second. Blaze of Color tries to pick him up. It's Charge Off in front. Line Astray second. Blaze of Color third. Well clear of Orb Alpha. He was fourth. Then Growth Mindset. 141 flat. They're off. And they're off. Good start from the rail for 19th Amendment, who heads off for the early advantage. Glorious Princess up and around horses to challenge for command. Life, Love, and Laughter races between horses. Down at the inside is Uphill Dance to draw within 4 lengths of the lead. Life's and Audibles on her outside. The 2 at the back, Nugenia and Bedazzle 'em. And they run around the first turn. They're chasing Relu Gutierrez and 19th Amendment on top of length and a quarter. Glorious Princess is second. Life, Love, and Laughter third at the inside. Life's and Audibles under a bit of encouragement in the early stages, trying to find her feet, about 3 lengths behind while racing in fourth. Down at the inside is Uphill Dance from fifth. Well settled is Bravo on Nugenia second last. The trailer is Bedazzle 'em. They make their way down the backstretch and head to the half-mile point. 19th Amendment has the lead while trying to back it down. Out in the middle, Glorious Princess is up now to be in with a half a length of the lead in second. Life, Love, and Laughter third at the rail. Life's an Audible is fourth, but she hasn't traveled well into the race. Down at the inside, it's Uphill Dance. From the back, Nugenia. She has traveled well into the race, and here she comes with a 3-wide sweep. The back marker is Bedazzle 'em, and the front leader is 19th Amendment. Here's Nugenia with a big sweeping run on the outside from between horses, Glorious Princess. Down at the inside, Life, Love, and Laughter. Life's an Audible just grinding home after 3 quarters and 1:13.1. Off the turn and the stretch drive, Nugenia comes away with the lead. Life's an Audible continues to try, and she's charging hard on the outside with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Life's an Audible, she's made hard work of this, but now she's taken a clear lead. Life's an Audible, and jockey John Velasquez will kick clear to win it over Nugenia in second. Very close for third, can't call it. Either Bedazzle 'em outside or 19th Amendment inside. Life's an Audible had to be encouraged, but she got it done at 141.1. They're off in the Mucho Gusto. Excellent start for Tiz Romantic, who heads off for part of the pace. Up on the outside, KC Chief is on to challenge. He'll take over. KC Chief to the top. American Speed is second. Up on the inside, Tiz Romantic is an early third. Speedy Hans is the gray out in the middle. Then it's a length back to Rock the Stars. Be Like Clint is on his outside. Freedom Road is at the rail. The two at the back are Disattached and Stroke of Midnight. Around the first turn they go. KC Chief and Misael Jaramillo on top 3 parts of a length. American Speed is second. Tiz Romantic is third. Speedy Hans works out the center while racing in fourth. In between horses and Rock the Stars. Then KC Chief. At the inside it's Freedom Road with Be Like Clint. Then back to Disattached and Stroke of Midnight is last. They complete the opening quarter and they head down the backstretch. The pace appears to be a reasonable one here, although American Speed is trying to change that. He's up to Badger KC Chief for the lead. Just behind them is Tiz Romantic drafting along under Louis Saez, racing only 2 off the lead. For company, it's Rock the Stars and 3 wide Speedy Hans. Then Be Like Clint. He's only 6 lengths off the lead, disattached between horses. Along the rail, Freedom Road, and the trailer is Stroke of Midnight. That's the 9 of them with 3 furlongs to race in the Friday finale. Up front, American Speed continues to spar with KC Chief. They're locked up heads apart. Tiz Romantic's going to try to tip and roll from third. On his back is Disattached. Be Like Clint, the other favorite, has officially put the cue in the rack. He's dropped the last now. Off the turn and the stretch drive, a quarter of a mile from home in the Mucho Gusto. KC Chief is battling hard, and he has a clear lead again. He'll have to deal with Tiz Romantic. Disattached closing at the rail. Jaramillo and KC Chief trying to gut it out. They have a winning lead. It's KC Chief. Left alone, he'll win it by a length and a half. From last and up for second is Stroke of Midnight. Tiz Romantic flattened out to be third. Disattached is fourth. The Mucho Gusto to KC Chief.
That's a wrap on the 10-race Friday card. When you see us next, it will be Pegasus World Cup Day, 11 a.m. first post, 13 races, 7 graded stakes, 3 Pegasus races, of course, culminating with the $3 million Pegasus World Cup. Tickets are going fast. You better get them now. Where else would you want to be on Saturday, January 25th than Gulfstream Park?